Part 6. As the sound of Lady's magic echoed through the night on Muffle Mountain, we cut back to Sodor, where we see Percy pulling the mail train with Pinky. The engines of Sodor and the ponies of Equestria had her very much in their thoughts. Percy and Pinky were just arriving at Knapford Station, but they had no idea that nearby Diesel 10 was watching. Thomas and Twilight were at Knapford already when Percy and Pinky pulled in. Thomas, Twilight, Pinky and I were thinking.
How exactly does Mr. Conductor travel here?
By gold dust. But if there's a lost engine,
then perhaps, maybe, just maybe, there's a lost railway too.
Now that you mention it, that actually is starting to make sense. The journey gets bumpier and bumpier. That's what Mr. Conductor told us.
Say, he said something about buffers last night in his sleep. Didn't he, Percy Worsey?
Oh, yes, he did, Pinky. Diesel 10 grinned deviously. Buffers are at the end of a railway. I think that's how he travels here, on a secret railway, belonging to the lost engine. Diesel 10 sneaked off into the night. Percy and Pinky, you two are clever.
Ah, shucks.
Then Thomas began to sense that something was wrong. Oh, my wheels are suddenly feeling very wobbly. Twilight suddenly became nervous. Thomas, do you think that someone's watching us? You know, I do. I think Diesel's around here. Just then, Toby and Applejack arrived. And I'm afraid your wobbling wheels are right there, Thomas partner. Diesel 10 have heard every word you said.
Oh, no!
Don't worry. Applejack and I are going after him to see what he does next. Yeah, you two better carry on and get the mail delivered. Oh, you're both very brave, Toby and Applejack. Well, we can't just let some claw-headed, no-good Diesel destroy everything we know and love now, can we? And Diesel 10 won't bother with an old engine like me or an honest pony like Applejack. He thinks I'm really useless. Meanwhile, Diesel 10 was going through the smelter shed. I've been working on the railway all the livelong day. Who wants to work a livelong day anyway? Outside the smelter's yard, Toby and Applejack arrived and hid behind some scrap metal. There he is, AJ. Oh, boy. Diesel 10 was there in a shed outside the smelting shed when Splatter and Dodge and George all arrived. Come in, and join the party, Splodge and George. Oh, hooray, hooray! Oh, wow! We're gonna have a party! I love parties! Yeah, who's got the balloons? What? What? I don't do parties. Correction! Join the party that's over! Just like Twinkle Toes' magic railway's gonna be over. Oh. Huh? Gone! Like the lost engine and the buffers that lead to her. Toby and Applejack were starting to look even more cross. Well, what are you gonna do? Oh, yeah, that's a good question. It's time to finally put Twinkle Toes' lights out, as he wore a sinister smile. Oh? Huh? This is a job for the boss! He snapped Pinchy a few times. Oh no, we gotta do something, Toby. We've got to delay him. We've got to distract him. You ready, Applejack? I sure am, Toby. Let's do this. So Toby rang his bell very loudly. Over here, you big goobs! Where's the old teapot and his orange horse? Smash them! Diesel 10's claw extended out, but it accidentally knocked over a roof support, and the whole shed roof came crashing down on top of him, Splatter, Dodge, and George, trapping them all. Diesel 10's claw broke through the roof and began snapping wildly. Pinchy, get back here! Don't make me come up there. I hate it when you do this. Yee-haw! We did it, Toby! Yes, AJ, good show! And he and Applejack left feeling very happy with themselves. Boss, did you mean to let the roof fall in? All the way in? I always mean what I do, you rattle traps! Ugh. I really hate you sometimes. We then cut to see the engines and ponies working in daylight. Diesel 10 was left trapped, but the steam engines and ponies was still right on track. The song Really Useful Engine plays in the background as we see the ponies and engines working together happily. Twilight even took it upon herself to be in charge of the work, while Mr. C was absent. Although Thomas was happy for Twilight for being in charge, he still was worried about Mr. Conductor. Later, Thomas and Twilight passed by Henry on a siding with Fluttershy. Henry looked really poorly. Morning, Henry. Morning, Fluttershy. What's the matter? Oh, Henry, whatever is the matter? I've got boiler ache. Oh, you poor engine. Don't worry, Henry. Twilight and I are just about to collect 6 trucks of some special coal for you. Then you'll be fit as a fiddle. Oh, thank you, Thomas and Twilight. Special coal will make me feel much better.
Oh, bless you, Henry.
Oh, Twilight, I wish we could make Mr. Conductor feel better, too, by finding him. Don't worry, Thomas. I'm sure we'll find him soon. But Thomas wasn't paying attention to what he was doing as he shunted the coal trucks. When he got to the 6th one, it rolled backwards and then suddenly disappeared through some buffers in a whoosh of rainbow light. And so, Thomas and Twilight set off with only 5 trucks instead. Just then, Birdie and Holly Dash were passing by on the road nearby. Hello, Thomas and your 5 coal trucks? Wait, what? 5 coal trucks? But we were supposed to have 6. Thomas and Twilight were very confused. Back in Ponyville, we see 3 recognizable young fillies that were on their usual daily activities to discover their true talents and ultimately receive their cutie marks. They were Apple Bloom, Sweetie Belle, and Scootaloo. They were known as the Cutie Mark Crusaders.
Well, Crusaders, I wonder what we should do today to get our cutie marks. Ooh, what about cloud counting? Nah, cloud counting won't work. Besides, having a cloud for a cutie mark, that's not even special.
Excuse us? Said Cloudcatcher, Sprinkle Melody, and White Lightning all together.
Oh, oops, sorry.
The 3 Pegasus ponies just flew crossly away.
Well, what else can we do? Say, I do ever wonder how kites are made. No, Scootaloo. I wonder how my big sis has been doing ever since she and her friends left to go to Sodor, to stay there for a few days to spend time with Thomas and his friends. Oh, yeah. I was just wondering that myself, except with Rarity, of course. And I do hope Rainbow Dash is doing fine over there. That gives me an idea. I've been thinking, Crusaders, why don't we just go to Sodor ourselves? And maybe we'll try to discover our talents there, because after all, everyone on Sodor is really useful. And so the 3 Crusaders hurried off to where the portal to Sodor was. Back on Sodor, Thomas and Twilight met up with Percy and Pinkie Pie. Hello, Percy. Hello, Pinkie. Oh, Thomas.
Twily! We've been super worried about you two.
Bertie and Holly Dash say you lost a coal truck earlier today. Yes. It disappeared when we were at the buffers, near the little grotto. Maybe those are the buffers that lead to the secret railway. And that grotto must be the Lost Engine special platform.
Yes!
It's all coming together now. Percy, you and Pinkie protect those buffers from Diesel 10.
What?
And Thomas and Twilight and I will find Mr. Conductor.
Us? But why Percy, Mercy, and me?
Because you two are a brave pair. And she and Thomas left. Oh, we forgot.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we look up to see a very tall stone viaduct. And then we see poor Mr. C walking along it, looking very tired and weak. Then suddenly coming from behind him, "Hello, Twinkle Toes! Remember me?" Mr. C turned around and saw Diesel 10 coming up right behind him. He quickly put his coat and hat back on and began to run. "Fat Hat won't have much use for you looking like that!" Mr. C tried to climb a hill nearby, but he fell. "Oh, I see you forgot to bring the sugar. How careless of you." His claw reached out and grabbed Mr. C. "Say hello to Pinchy!" Ow! Then Diesel 10 carried Mr. Conductor and his claw over to the viaduct. He stopped in the middle and then extended his claw over the edge of the viaduct with Mr. C's in it. "Okay, Twinkle Toes, I know about the buffers." Mr. C tried to pull himself free from Diesel 10's claw, but then he saw some of the stones start to fall from the middle of the viaduct. "That's what I saw in my dream. It's coming true. My universe is starting to crumble. And I know about the magic railway. And when I find that engine, you and all those puffballs, along with their precious pony pets, will be history. Tell me where the buffers are. Now!" He struggled through his pockets until he finally found a pair of pliers. "You got 10 seconds. Diesel 10 shook his claw, and the pliers flew out of Mr. C's hands and landed on the edge away from him. 10, 9, 8, 7. Mr. C struggled as hard as he could. Then one of his fingers extended out to the end of the pliers, and he finally grabbed them. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Then Mr. C used the pliers to cut one of Diesel 10's claw hoses as fluid was leaking out. "Too late, Diesel 10!" Then Diesel 10's claw threw Mr. C high into the air away from Diesel 10 himself. Roar! Wow! Then Mr. C flew through the air. Then finally he landed safely onto some flour sacks from an old windmill. He looked around, then looked at our view. Did you put all this here for me? Well, you must have known that I was coming. How kind of you. Then he looked up. Oh, I'm at the windmill. Now that's what I call a perfect landing. He got up and went behind a bush and saw something swirling on the windmill wall. This must be the clue to unlock the source of the gold dust. Some writing magically appeared as he read it aloud. Stoke up the magic in the mountain and the lady will smile. Then it faded away and more writing magically appeared. Then watch the swirls that spin so well. Then the writing completely disappeared. Well, where's the writing gone?